I'm Dr. Mark, and welcome to Dr. Mark Official. With 10 years of experience, I'm here to share trusted advice to help you live healthier every day in simple ways. Of all the physical capacities that determine the quality of life in our later years, none is more fundamental than the strength of our legs. We often assume that aging gracefully depends on the health of the heart or the sharpness of the mind, and while these are undeniably important, it is the lower body that quietly serves as the true foundation of an independent life. Strong legs are not a luxury reserved for the athletic. They are the literal pillars upon which freedom, mobility, and dignity are built after the age of 70. Every meaningful action of daily living, from the moment we swing our feet out of bed in the morning to the moment we lower ourselves back down at night, depends entirely on the muscles of the thighs, hips, and calves. When these muscles remain robust, life remains open and accessible. When they are allowed to weaken, the world begins to close in, one limitation at a time. The connection between leg strength and independence is direct and undeniable. Consider the seemingly simple act of standing up from a chair. This single movement requires a powerful surge of force from the quadriceps and glutes, defying gravity to lift the entire body upward. For a senior with strong legs, this is effortless and automatic. But for someone whose legs have grown weak, this becomes a daily struggle, a moment of strain and hesitation that gradually erodes confidence. Soon, that person begins avoiding low chairs, declining outings that involve walking, and asking others for help with tasks they once performed without a second thought. This slow surrender of autonomy is not an inevitable consequence of age. It is the consequence of allowing the legs to deteriorate unchallenged. Perhaps the most critical role that strong legs play is in the prevention of falls, which represent one of the greatest threats to senior health and longevity. Falls are not merely accidents, they are frequently the result of insufficient leg strength and poor balance. When the muscles of the lower body are strong, they provide the stability needed to navigate uneven ground, recover from a stumble, and maintain steady footing on stairs. A strong leg can react instantly to a misstep, catching the body before it tips into a dangerous fall. Conversely, weak legs leave a person vulnerable, and a single fall can trigger a devastating cascade of broken bones, hospitalization, and a permanent loss of independence. By preserving leg strength, seniors are essentially building their own safety net, protecting themselves from the injuries that so often mark the end of self-sufficient living. Beyond the physical mechanics, leg strength is deeply intertwined with a sense of dignity and self-worth. There is profound pride in being able to care for oneself, to walk unassisted into a room, to maintain control over one's own body and schedule. Strong legs allow seniors to remain active participants in their families and communities rather than dependent observers. They make it possible to play with grandchildren, tend a garden, and walk through the world with confidence. In this way, the foundation of independence is quite literally built from the ground up. One of the most liberating truths about staying strong after 70 is that the path to lasting leg strength does not require grueling, exhausting workouts. In fact, the opposite is true. When it comes to maintaining mobility in our later years, gentle, consistent daily movement is far more effective than sporadic bursts of intense exercise. This principle stands in stark contrast to the popular fitness culture that glorifies pushing the body to its limits, lifting heavy weights, and chasing the burn. For seniors, this aggressive approach is not only unnecessary but often counterproductive. Many older adults who attempt intense workouts once or twice a week end up sore, fatigued, or even injured, spending the following days recovering rather than building strength. This stop-and-start pattern ultimately sabotages progress and breeds discouragement. The wisdom of gentle daily movement is beautifully embodied in the Japanese tradition of Radio Taiso, a practice that has endured for nearly a century. Each morning, millions of Japanese people of all ages, including seniors well into their 90s, gather in parks and community spaces to perform a series of light, rhythmic movements set to music. These are not strenuous exercises. They are soft knee bends, gentle toe raises, and easy weight shifts performed slowly and with intention. The power of Radio Taiso lies not in its intensity, but in its remarkable consistency. It is a ritual, a non-negotiable part of the daily routine, woven seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life. This is precisely why it works. The aging body responds best not to occasional shocks of effort, but to steady, predictable stimulation that keeps the muscles engaged and the joints fluid. There is a profound physiological logic behind this approach. Think of your legs like a garden that requires daily tending. You would never neglect a garden for a week and then drown it in a single flood of water, expecting it to thrive. Instead, you provide moderate, consistent nourishment every day. your muscles and joints function in exactly the same way. Just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement each morning stimulates the production of synovial fluid, which lubricates and protects the knees and hips. It keeps blood flowing to the muscles, delivering oxygen and nutrients. Most importantly, it maintains the vital communication pathways between the brain and the lower body, keeping balance and coordination sharp. These small daily efforts compound over time, producing results that no occasional workout could ever match. The greatest advantage of this gentle, consistent approach is its sustainability. An intense workout that leaves you exhausted is one you will likely dread and eventually abandon. But a few minutes of pleasant, light movement each morning becomes something you look forward to, a calming ritual that honors your body rather than punishing it. The best exercise is never the most difficult one. It is the one you will actually do every single day. By embracing the philosophy of Radio Taiso and choosing consistency over intensity, seniors can build and preserve their leg strength in a way that is safe, enjoyable, and remarkably effective for the long term. One of the most empowering messages for any senior is that building real, functional strength does not require a gym membership, expensive equipment, or a personal trainer. The most effective exercises for maintaining strong legs and steady balance after 70 are remarkably simple, accessible, and can be performed right in the comfort of your own home. Drawing inspiration from time-tested Japanese practices, a handful of gentle, equipment-free movements can transform a senior's mobility, confidence, and independence. These exercises are not about complexity or difficulty, they're about consistency and precision, targeting the exact muscles and neurological systems that keep us upright and mobile in our later years. The first of these is the modified sumo squat, known in Japan as shiko. Many seniors flinch at the word squat, imagining painful strain on the knees. But the modified version strips away that intimidation entirely. By standing with the feet wider than the shoulders and toes pointed slightly outward, then lowering the hips just a few inches into a controlled position, the exercise engages the powerful muscles of the thighs, inner legs, and glutes while protecting the knee joints. This movement directly strengthens the muscles needed to stand up from chairs and climb stairs, making everyday tasks dramatically easier over time. Equally valuable is the practice of single-leg standing, a deceptively simple exercise that delivers profound benefits. By shifting weight onto one leg and lifting the other foot even slightly off the ground, a senior activates the small, stabilizing muscles of the ankle, foot, and hip. More importantly, this exercise trains the nervous system, forcing the brain to process balance signals rapidly and accurately. Japanese researchers have found that the ability to stand on one leg is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. Performed near a wall or sturdy chair for safety, this exercise builds the kind of balance that prevents dangerous falls. The seated leg extension offers another accessible yet powerful tool. Sitting upright in a chair and slowly straightening one leg until it is parallel to the floor, holding briefly, then lowering it back down, directly targets the quadriceps. These muscles are the single most important group for maintaining independence, as they control both rising from a seated position and lowering safely back down. Because this exercise is performed seated, it is safe even for those with significant mobility limitations, yet it remains highly effective at combating age-related muscle loss. Finally, the simple toe raise rounds out this collection of foundational movements. By rising onto the balls of the feet and slowly lowering back down, seniors strengthen the calf muscles, which serve as a secondary pump for circulation and play a crucial role in balance and walking. This movement can be done while standing at a kitchen counter, holding on for support. What makes these exercises so remarkable is their combination of safety, simplicity, and effectiveness. They require nothing more than a chair and a few minutes of time, yet together they form a complete program that strengthens every major muscle of the lower body while sharpening the balance and coordination essential for a safe, independent, and active life. Among all the activities available to seniors seeking to preserve their strength and vitality, perhaps none is more powerful, more accessible, or more profoundly beneficial than walking. Yet there is a crucial distinction to be made between aimless, mechanical walking and walking with genuine purpose. In Western culture, walking is often treated as a clinical chore, something to be endured on a treadmill while staring at a timer, counting down the minutes until it is over. But in Japan, walking is approached entirely differently. It is not viewed as exercise at all. It is simply woven into the fabric of daily life. Japanese seniors walk to the market, to visit friends, to tend their gardens, and to attend community gatherings. This purposeful approach transforms walking from a tedious obligation into a joyful, sustainable habit that delivers extraordinary benefits to both body and mind. The physical advantages of regular walking are remarkable and far-reaching. With every step, the large muscles of the legs, the calves, thighs, and glutes are gently engaged and strengthened, helping to combat the age-related muscle loss that threatens independence. Walking also keeps the joints of the hips, knees, and ankles flexible and well lubricated, reducing the stiffness that so often plagues older adults. The rhythmic, weight-bearing nature of walking stimulates bone density, signaling the body to build and maintain strong bones, which is essential for preventing the fractures that can be so devastating after 70. Furthermore, walking improves cardiovascular health, enhancing circulation and ensuring that oxygen and nutrients are delivered efficiently to the muscles throughout the legs. The calves, in particular, act as a secondary heart, pumping blood back up through the body and reducing swelling in the lower limbs. But the benefits of purposeful walking extend far beyond the physical realm. Walking is one of the most powerful tools available for protecting and enhancing mental well-being. When seniors walk, their bodies release endorphins, the natural chemicals that elevate mood, reduce pain, and combat depression and anxiety. Walking outdoors exposes the body to sunlight, which boosts vitamin D production and helps regulate sleep and mood. Perhaps most importantly, purposeful walking pulls seniors out of isolation and into the world. When walking has a destination and a meaning, it naturally fosters social connection and engagement, combating the loneliness that so often accompanies aging. The concept of purpose is what truly elevates walking from mere exercise to a life-enriching practice. This aligns beautifully with the Japanese principle of ikigai, having a reason to get up in the morning. When a senior walks toward a destination that matters, whether it is feeding the birds in a park, picking up fresh ingredients for dinner, or visiting a beloved friend, the act of walking becomes effortless and deeply rewarding. The mind is engaged, the spirit is lifted, and the body is strengthened all at once. For those with limited mobility, purposeful walking can begin small, perhaps just to the end of the driveway or around the living room, with the support of a cane or walker if needed. What matters most is the daily commitment to moving with intention and meaning. At the heart of every successful journey toward healthy aging lies a truth that is often overlooked in our search for quick fixes and miracle solutions. The most powerful force for maintaining strength and independence after 70 is not any single exercise, but the combination of unwavering consistency and a resilient, positive mindset. The exercises and habits we discuss are only as effective as our willingness to practice them faithfully day after day. And that willingness is born not from fleeting motivation, but from a deeply rooted attitude toward life and aging itself. The way we think about our bodies, our capabilities, and our future has a direct and profound impact on how we age. There is a beautiful Japanese proverb that captures this spirit perfectly. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. This simple phrase speaks to the heart of resilience, to the refusal to surrender in the face of difficulty. It reminds us that setbacks are not failures, but simply part of the journey. A senior who embraces this mindset does not give up after a day of missed exercises, a moment of weakness, or even a fall. Instead, they rise again, and again with quiet determination. This resilience is perhaps the single most important quality in healthy aging because the path to maintaining strength is never perfectly smooth. There will be days of fatigue, moments of doubt, and physical challenges. But those who persist, who refuse to stay down, are the ones who preserve their independence and vitality far longer than those who allow discouragement to win. The magic of consistency lies in its compounding power. A single day of gentle movement may seem insignificant, almost too small to matter. But when those small efforts are repeated daily, week after week, month after month, they accumulate into remarkable transformations. 5 minutes of toe raises, a few seated leg extensions, a short purposeful walk on their own, these feel modest. Yet over time, they rebuild muscle, sharpen balance, strengthen bones, and restore confidence. This is the profound difference between adding years to life and adding life to years. The goal is not simply to live longer, but to live those additional years with energy, mobility, and joy, remaining active participants in the world rather than passive observers watching from the sidelines. Equally important is the mindset of self-compassion and patience. Healthy aging is not about achieving perfection or comparing oneself to others. It is about showing up for yourself each day with kindness, honoring your body's needs, and celebrating small victories. Every step taken, every exercise completed, every moment of balance held is a triumph worth acknowledging. This positive outlook transforms the daily commitment to movement from a burden into a gift, a daily act of self-care and self-respect. When seniors approach their later years with this combination of consistency and resilient optimism, they discover that aging need not be a story of decline. Instead, it can be a story of continued growth, strength, and independence. The body responds to the care we give it, and the spirit responds to the hope we nurture within. Thank you for watching Dr. Mark Official. I'm Dr. Mark, and I hope this helped you take one more step toward better health and balance. Stay safe, stay active, and I'll see you in the next video.